Hey friends, it's Amy Dove, the Keto Queen. I hope you're having a great day, guys. We're home from work and I am excited because a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, I can't remember, time flies so fast, but I grilled me and Ricky steaks for a special night. I think it was a Sunday night. I can't remember, but I grilled me and Ricky some steaks for a special night. And tonight isn't necessarily special, but I really loved the steak topping. So I can't wait to make it again. So my question to you guys as you're jumping on is, what in the world do you like to put on your steaks? I'm gonna show you a butter that I'm fixing to put together for the top of our steaks. And what I did is took some ribeyes, and man, they look delicious, don't they? I took a ribeye, because that's my favorite cut of steak, and I put just a little bit of the Allegro marinade. I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I put some garlic powder and some onion powder, and I'm fixing to put on some minced garlic. And then we're gonna make us a butter spread to put over these steaks when they are almost done cooking on the grill. So I'm curious, as you're jumping on, I would love to know what your favorite steak topping is. I normally love onions and mushrooms. I honestly don't have to have a steak topping, but I'm fixing to make a blue cheese garlic herb butter to put over the top of these steaks. And I'm telling you, it is so yummy, guys, so yummy. We had just a little bit left over from the last time I made it, so I thought I'd go ahead and just make another little batch. What I did is I created the butter and then I put it in the freezer so it would get firmed up again. And then we had some left, so I just kept it in the freezer. So I'm fixing to show you what I'm doing. I've got some minced garlic here. I'm gonna go spread across my steaks really fast. If you don't like a steak topping, perfectly fine. But if you do, I'd love to know what you put on your steaks. I also love surf and turf. So if you got some shrimp, do you add to the top of that steak, or a little shrimp skewer? I mean, you cannot go wrong with steak and lobster or steak and shrimp. I love, love, love steak. And my favorite cut is a ribeye. So Ricky and I didn't cook last night. So I just made some simple little quesadillas, some cheese quesadillas, because I just had a lot going on this week. And I just needed some downtime, just some rest time. So I came home yesterday from work. We made these cheese quesadillas. I mean, it took 5 minutes. And that's all I did for dinner. So I thought I'd do something a little special tonight for Ricky. So for Ricky, I've got him some ribeye steak. And then I bought him, I didn't make it, but I bought him some potato salad because he loves potato salad. I'm not going to partake in the potato salad, but why not get it for Ricky because he really likes it. I'm just patting the heck out of these steaks while I talk. Okay, let me wash my hands real fast. From and what your favorite steak topping is. Oh, salt and pepper, Tom says. I love salt and pepper too. Hey, Cindy. Should get my ketones on Friday. Yay, Cindy, I'm so excited. Cindy, Dad is feeling better today. Garlic herb butter, Debbie says. The ribeye is my all-time favorite. Me too. So Dad had some pain last night. He was discharged from the hospital yesterday. Yesterday, I guess around lunch, a little after lunch, and he was in some pain last night, so he had to have some pain medicine, but he's just been resting today. Mom took off work today, so she's just been resting today, and we're just moving about our business. The National Cancer Institute got the CDs shipped to them today, and I'm hoping and praying tomorrow we hear from that doctor in Maryland, in Bethesda, Maryland, and he tells us that we still will have surgery like we plan to do in the very, very, very near future. So we're praying that that cancer did not spread. We're praying that the bilirubin continues to get lower and lower, and we pray that this doctor, Dr. Hernandez, takes that as a patient in the very near future. Ooh, crab dip. Somebody likes crab dip on their steak. That sounds absolutely amazing. My daddy fixes his own steak seasoning. That sounds really good, Emily. Garlic, salt, and pepper. Ooh, that sounds good too. All right, so we use ribeye. I use a little bit of Allegro seasoning just as a seasoning. I didn't let it sit for a marinade. And we only use a little bit because it upsets Ricky's stomach a little bit. I put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then I put garlic powder, onion powder, and then I just minced up some garlic and rubbed it over the top. We're gonna let these sit for a good 20 minutes. Now, if I had more time, I would let it sit longer. We're gonna let these sit for a good 20 minutes or so. I'll flip them over in a few minutes just to make sure that little bit of seasoning in the bottom of the pan gets on both sides. But the most amazing thing about these steaks is the butter topping. So what I do is I turn my grill on and I get the steaks going for about 10 minutes. And then I add the butter to the top of the steak so that it grills into the steak. And then we also put a little spread on top of the steak after it's finished and let that butter melt. Oh, guys, it's so good. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a block of Kerrygold butter. It's Kerrygold garlic and herb butter. Just the Kerrygold, the gold kind. Y'all know I love the Kerrygold. You do not have to use this butter, guys. It is not that cheap, but it is so delicious. I love Kerrygold butter, but any real butter will do. You actually can take your own butter, just a regular block of butter, add some garlic powder, add some parsley, add some basil, but this one has it all in there, so it's like easier. But you can make it yourself. Literally, this has parsley, it's got a little bit of chives, it's got dill, it's got pepper and paprika. I mean, it's got garlic. This has got everything I need. So I'm using their already blocked butter. So I've got the butter. It's been sitting for a few minutes, so it's a little soft. I'm gonna take a fork and I'm just gonna press it down some because I wanna make sure that I've got some space to add my ingredient. And Ricky is the one that told me to do this, and I thought he was crazy because I love blue cheese and I love garlic, but we're making a blue cheese garlic herb butter to put over the top of these steaks. So I'm gonna take a little bit of these blue cheese crumbles. I'm gonna take some of the smaller pieces. I'm just gonna put it on top of this butter, and then we're gonna use our fork and fork it all in there. Now, you don't have to use a lot if you don't want to, or you can use a lot if you want to. This is your topping. I just love blue cheese. I love garlic. I love herbs. So, I mean, Ricky had a great idea of doing this. And I'm taking that blue cheese, those crumbles sometimes can be hard. So I'm taking my fork and just really pressing down to break those up. And then you can actually form the butter the way you want to. So like the last time I did it, I just kind of smoothed it out and made a little block. So, I mean, I just put it in some, what is this, wax paper? So I just used wax paper so I could spread it out a little bit. And then you can form your own block. Stick this in the refrigerator or the freezer just so it firms up a little bit. And like I said, you can use as much or as little as you want to. I know some people absolutely hate blue cheese, but I love the taste of blue cheese. It's so yummy. And I love a Parmesan crusted steak. Oh, guys, if you've never been to, what's that place? Longhorn. They have, Longhorn restaurant, it's a chain restaurant. They have a they have a Parmesan crusted filet mignon. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, I'm a steak snob. I love steaks. So I'm putting just a little bit more of the blue cheese crumbles on here, just these little bitty pieces. Oh yeah, it's gonna be so yummy. And then we're just going to fork it in there so it's pretty even. And like I said, you can just keep it just like this if you want to, or you can form it back up into a block. It doesn't really matter because you're gonna cut it just like you would a piece of butter and put it over the steak. I like to put it on my steak when it's still sizzling on the grill, like the last few minutes of it cooking. And then I like to put a little piece on there when my steak comes off the grill as it's waiting for me to cut into it. So this is just what me and Ricky have started doing. It's so yummy. So we've got Kerrygold's garlic herb butter. We just forked in some blue cheese crumbles, and I'm just gonna close it up. And we're gonna put it into the refrigerator so it can stay cold and get a little firm since I let it soften. And there you go, guys. Don't that look good and sound good? How much steak do you eat on keto? I always prioritize protein. So I'm gonna eat a whole steak. Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm gonna eat that whole steak. I love steak. You don't have to eat red meat all the time. You don't have to even love red meat. I just do. I love steaks. But I always prioritize protein. So protein takes up the majority of my plate every single meal. Most every single meal. It takes up the most of my plate. My vegetables, I usually will do a half to a full cup of vegetables, and then I always cook in healthy fat. So real butter is the healthy fat. I've actually got some Brussels sprouts left over, so I'm gonna have some Brussels sprouts with my steak tonight. But doesn't that look delicious, guys? Let me put this in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna come and see what you guys love as your steak toppings. That was the question for you, is what kind of steak topping do you love? Let me put this in the fridge, and I'll be right back. Kiddos. I also have the dogs a rotisserie chicken I've got to cut up, and I'm fixing to go turn that grill on so I can get it going. Oh, it says I'm buffering bad. Dang, I thought I had my Wi-Fi on. I'm so sorry, guys. Crab dip does sound delicious. I love seafood, so I've never thought about putting crab dip on the steak, but that sounds wonderful. Thank you guys for all the prayers so much. Keep them coming. Rita says she loves salt and pepper, garlic powder, Worcestershire, Moor's marinade. Haven't seen that one. Smothered onions and mushrooms with garlic butter. Yum. That sounds amazing. I love blue cheese. Yay, Debbie. It's so good. Sauteed mushrooms and onions. So most everybody loves sauteed mushrooms and onions. I do too. I absolutely do. Ooh, Diane just started carnivore. Well, there you go, Diane. Make you some garlic butter, some blue cheese garlic butter, and pour it over that steak, girl. It's going to be good. All right, guys. I just want to show you really quickly how I'm putting something together really fast. I did spend a little bit more money today. Just a special night. I didn't cook last night. And we're traveling next week some. Maybe. Waiting to see what plans are for Dad. I'm not leaving town until I know what the plans are for my dad. So we'll see what happens. But the plan is we're leaving Monday. We have flights out and they're refundable. Everything I'm doing right now is refundable. So if we don't get to go, it's going to be okay. There's so much more important things in life. But the plan is we are leaving next week. So Ricky and I are going to really enjoy some steaks tonight. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Y'all have an awesome night. If I can help you with anything, please reach out to me. That's what I love to do. I love to help you guys. I love to help people. I love to help you be successful. Like, that's what this page is for. So if you ever need me, please reach out. And I'm going to jump off here and get the chicken tore up for the dogs and get these steaks on the grill. Y'all have an awesome night. Bye.